Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in to your reading. So today's reading is going to be kind of a mixed bag, I think. I'm going to play with my Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and it's going to be story time for a bit at the beginning of each reading because it's been a while since I really dug into those cards and I want to get a refresher course on those. Plus, we can get some good messages as well for you guys. So if you want to sit through that, cool. Otherwise, fast forward to the tarot portion where we'll probably do an energy check reading, okay? Looking into your current connection, or even better, we can look into a future connection. Ooh, let's do that instead. Yeah, that's an idea that I'm getting from recent clients that I've had where, often their situation with the person on their mind doesn't look good, so then we just jump ahead and peek into the future, and sometimes they're still dealing with that same person, and sometimes there's someone else, and then we can get a little bit of information about that relationship that's coming in. As you can see, I have the queens here. So pause the video if you need more time to intuitively pick based off of the queens, based off of the pictures, whatever draws your attention. You can go off the astrological signs. We've got fire, water, air, and earth. If you don't know what each of the queens are, I'll just give you a quick rundown. We've got the Queen of Wands, who is a feisty, confident person, self-assured, and that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Then we've got the Queen of Cups, who is nurturing, who is healing, who is supportive. That's Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Then we've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is self-sufficient. She is really very honest, okay? Blunt even. That's Queen of Swords. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is a resourceful person, fertile and domestically inclined, so domestic person. That's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So regardless of your sign, though, I want you to go with whatever you're drawn to, whatever you're in. Like if you're feeling some kind of way, if your mood matches Queen of Cups, but you're typically a Queen of Pentacles, then go with the Queen of Cups. I mean, you can always watch both readings and just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. It's a general reading, okay? So we're going to get started with the Queen of Wands. Group 1, or the Queen of Wands. So we're going to get a general message for you. So go ahead and think about your situation. More than likely you're here for a love partner, or looking for a love partner. So the card that we pull will be geared toward that, but it's going to have probably some other messages as well. And again, fast forward to the tarot part if you want to. But we're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle. What does the Queen of Wands need to know right now? Again, if you have anything on your mind that you want to look into, you can just concentrate on that and it will come out in the cards for you. So, what do the viewers of the Queen of Wands group really need to know right now? Just play the cards here. We have got all that glitters, all that glitters. It's a nice card, number 16. Somebody could be born the 16th of the month, have 7 in their numbers in numerology. 7 is a number of learning. So many of you are learning about the practical details of life. Some of you are actually earth signs watching this group. All that glitters. So in the upright, it's talking about a fortune coming in. You can see and glean from the card that you are being divinely guided and provided for abundantly. So that's awesome. But we'll look at number 16 real quick and see what it says. The essential meaning is a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial, okay? And Mercury rules Gemini, so you could be a Gemini watching as well. So that's the essential meaning, guys. Relationship meaning is sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others, we embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing, the real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. Okay? So that is what's coming through. For some of you, not all of you, a smaller portion of those watching, this protection message is for you. And this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring you difficult situation you will be sorry for. Let spirit protect you. Better things await. In the prosperity message for those who ask something about money, sometimes an opportunity looks good or so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too you can deplete yourself as you chase the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay attention to those who chase after fool's gold. I wonder if the fool card will come out. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. Okay, so that is what the book meaning is saying. So this could be your energy. And if so, you're brave to be honest with yourself, to acknowledge that, because this isn't the most flattering or happy book meaning. It could be somebody that you're dealing with, and it could give you insight related to that situation. What I am feeling, though, is that I'm going a bit against the book meaning on this, which, you know, I do sometimes, which is fair, because my initial reaction to this was abundance and seeing you being divinely guided toward abundance. And one of the things that I'm learning, you know, on my self-discovery journey and becoming a master manifester is that a lot of the spiritual books and just spiritual ideas that we see on channels like this and in the tarot and in the spiritual community are limited beliefs, okay, and limiting beliefs. And so there's always this warning of, you know, all that glitters is not gold, and that you should be cautious of, you know, shiny things, of abundance, of the finer things in life. And I think some of us need the opposite message, to be encouraged that it is okay to embrace those things, because spiritual people need abundance and wealth too. They'll do more good with it than those who are not spiritual or well-intentioned. So I wanted to throw that out there because I feel like that's important. But honestly, we're going to maintain that there is something about the book meaning that resonates for you guys, and we'll pull some cards to find out what it is. So a need to see beyond the superficial. I was feeling like somebody might be donning a mask or not being their authentic self, so it could be as simple as that. People do that for different reasons. But maybe somebody is being like that squirrel on one of those animated features where it's just like everything that glitters just catches his eye, or like a crow, you know how crows collect shiny things, always going for the shiny instead of something more substantial. So that's interesting. Go ahead and put this over here to the side. I'm going to use my Art Deco tarot cards, and thanks to you guys who have ordered for my little tarot shop. That really supports the channel and helps to keep it going. I really appreciate that. And do check out my general store on Etsy. That's linked down below as well. I'm putting new stuff up on that all the time, pretty much every day. And some of it is spiritually related, some of it isn't. But I like it, and I hope you do too. So, but yes, thank you for supporting the channel and ordering readings as well. If you'd like a reading, a personal reading is always best to look into your particular situation. You can call me up on Keen, but it's a better deal to order from me directly, and so email me. Some of that information is in the description box down below the video. All right, our lovely Queen of Wands energy people. we're going to look into it. So what did I say? I said we're going to look into your future person. So the next person you're going to be in a relationship with. Let's just go for it. Let's say that. So the next person you're going to be in a relationship. So relationship with. Will this person be shiny and glittery? You know, we'll see. Or is this going to be a more substantial person? More salt of the earth, down to earth. Let's see. Excuse me. We've got Two of Swords forcing its way out of the deck, so we have to acknowledge that today. And there's the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So strong air sign energy and strong Gemini energy coming through. Okay? I'm being guided to take both of these cards. Underneath the Magician is the King of Wands, which is a natural match to the Queen of Wands. So, yeah. And King of Wands is a bold leader, powerful, charming, courageous person. And so is the Magician. Typically comes across as charming and powerful. Sometimes, you know, that energy can come across as all that glitters is not gold, because the Magician is a trickster by nature. Whether this person intends to be tricky or not, or to be deceptive or not, because there's a difference between being tricky and being deceptive, right? If you go to a magic show, you know that this person's intention is to trick you for entertainment value. But if somebody's being deceptive, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes and do something that you're not aware of in a deceptive way. So the vibe is a bit different. And I feel like we're going to find out, you know, about this Magician. I feel like these two cards go together. So this person, by nature, could be less confident than they want to appear, or just... just like I said before, just some way, shape, or form comes across in a tricky energy. So again, this could be someone that you know, or someone new that's coming in, okay? And the Magician is number 1, so that could be a life path. 2 could be as well, or 3. That's the strong ones coming in there. This is just a really, you know, I do like the Magician overall, especially in the upright energy. This is someone that is, you know, very skilled, very resourceful. This is somebody that makes things happen. They're a natural manifester. It just comes more easily to them to manifest. This could be their sun, moon, or rising, okay? So this person could very well be manifesting you into their life. I mean, we all manifest everything in our life, whether we like it or not. But I feel like this person has a knack for doing it consciously, okay? So this person just has a way of overcoming, you know, obstacles, very confident in their appearance, very expressive face, very commanding presence that usually captivates everyone around them, whether they're in a small group or in a big group. And they usually do have like an eagle eye or sharp, you know, sense of vision. Like, just, you'll notice that their eyes look like kind of like they're watching, or they're very perceptive, kind of an analytical expression on their face. They're always kind of synthesizing information. It's a very smart person. And whether they use that intelligence for good or bad in this relationship, I'm not sure, but we'll get into it. But there is something sophisticated and powerful about this person. This person probably dresses very clean, neat, nice, with a little bit of a flair. And they just have this very influential and inspirational vibe about them. Okay? So maybe this person is a public speaker in their job, or they're good with their words. So that's something to look out for. They could be an entrepreneur. They could be a content creator or something along those lines. This person is inspirational, and they are good at influencing people. So their work would reflect that. That's something that would be in their work as well. Okay. So very, I'm hearing ideological, a lot of ideas. This is someone that's going to make you feel empowered. They're going to make you feel motivated. They're going to help you grow. They're going to help you transform. So these are all very good things. I think they have a contagious energy that ignites a spark in other people, and that kind of matches, well, it does match the Queen of Wands energy very well. You know, it's like fire and air come together. Air feeds fire and helps it to grow. And so there is that transformative and helpful energy that this Magician energy is going to have for the Queen of Wands. Now, say this person is the one that's glittery and trying to present themselves in an unreal light. It would be easy to see why this Magician would be shiny and attractive, because that's who they are as a person. And so if you don't have your wits about you, or, you know, if you succumb to some of the things all that glitters card talked about, then you would need then to be, you know, more cautious. In which case this person would be someone that used their skills and knowledge to be deceptive or manipulative, or there could be a block to their creative energies even. So they might be something different than what I've described, but that's only because with the Two of Swords coming through, I'm really leaning towards that this person has some sort of a block to their creative energies. And so as a result of that, it's a mismanagement of their talents to be deceptive or manipulative, because they're not using their talents in a fruitful way, in a way that's satisfying to them. So they resort to other behaviors, you know, selfish or unethical, you know, behaviors. It could just simply be that this person is, you know, dragging their feet, procrastinating, stagnation, misdirection. I'm really getting strong Libra vibes or Moon in Libra energy with the Two of Swords. I've known, you know, both types well, and they both had in common that they would get frustrated because they were talented and very smart, but they couldn't find a proper channel for those energies that really satisfied them or was sustainable. And as a result of that, they would be obstinate, manipulative, drag their feet, that kind of thing. Difficult to deal with. And I feel like you're not going to put up with that. Okay, some of you are Cancerians. Some of you are Sagittarius. We've also got Leo and Aries here, if I didn't already mention it. But I feel like you're not going to, you know, put up with anything like that. So let's look at the relationship. I think you are very in tune with your masculine energy. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're not going to tolerate any sort of game playing or anything like that, because you'll stand up for yourself and assert yourself. Assert your dominance is what I'm hearing, if this person should ever come at you like that in any of those ways I described, right? So what is the dynamic of the relationship going to be? What's the dynamic of the relationship going to be? Between this Queen of Wands and this Magician / Two of Swords person. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. So more than likely this person is going to woo you with flowers. I'm hearing expensive gifts, all that glitters, right? And you could be attracted to this person because they present themselves as somebody that's wealthy or well off. I already said that this person will dress nicely, will have some sort of a flair to the way that they dress. And likewise, this person will see you as their match in that way as well. The Queen of Wands is someone that dresses nicely, has a bit of flair to the way she dresses. So regardless of financial status, these things still apply. But to be honest, a Queen of Wands is a queen because she does well for herself, materially as well as, you know, in terms of her personality and in terms of her power and her presence. So I feel like if this is your group, then, you know, you're abundant, you're wealthy, or you're going in that direction, because the 10 of Pentacles is a card of material abundance. Okay? I mean, you can look at the card and see the way that they're dressed. I actually love this card. It's a very pretty card, and it really fits the feeling of the 10 of Pentacles energy, of there being, you know, opulence and wealth and the finer things in life. The thing that comes with the 10 of Pentacles energy is you know, that there is this warning of, you know, like the all that glitters card talked about, warning to make sure that the connection is more substantial. And I'm hearing more substantive, that has more to it than, you know, just a surface level connection. Even if you're married to this person, I mean, this could be the person that you're married to or will marry, because it's Ten of Pentacles, commitment energy, family energy. It's about home and being a couple, at the very least. So it's kind of comes with this warning of making sure that, you know, there's more of an emotional connection, or just that you are being emotionally satisfied to the extent that you want to be emotionally satisfied within the connection. Because the temptation would be, you know, just to become very comfortable with one another, but not necessarily have that heat and that passion or a very strong emotional connection. But it's like something, you know what I mean? It's like a somewhat cold relationship, but one that's very comfortable. So that's a warning that's always implicit, or you know, always comes along with that Ten of Pentacles energy, is that people should be, you know, on the lookout for that. But I do feel like there is going to be love in this connection. I don't know how much that, you know, that warning is going to apply to everyone, okay? Because I do have a good feeling about that Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I don't want to salt coat it too much, because there's a lot to be said, especially in this day and age. There's a lot to be said for wealth and material comfort. You know, money is a huge source of stress in the majority of relationships, and a huge reason behind many of the divorces, and the divorce rate is pretty high. And so that's not going to be a stress that this relationship's going to have. So that's a good thing. This is the energy of deeply secure comfort and a wealthy family, you know. So somebody could receive an inheritance. I'm even getting lottery winning vibes from this as well. Or you two could, as a couple, work together to build this. But it feels like something that's already happening, or that will already come as a package deal with this person. Okay? But again, it's just, this doesn't guarantee, you know, that emotional happiness. It goes back to that all that glitters card. It's, you know, not surprising that that card came out first, because it's kind of setting the tone and letting us know that, you know, luxury and comfort can sometimes mean boredom rather than happiness. Well, you know, and that might be hard to kind of wrap our heads around when we're struggling to pay the bills, if anybody out there is struggling to pay the bills. But it could be hard to imagine that you wouldn't be happy in a situation where you didn't have to struggle. But you know, there are plenty of people out there who will tell you, like Jim Carrey, Sylvester Stallone, like different really wealthy people will say, you know, that basically all that glitters isn't gold. They still have bad days. They still get depressed. Like, and I think I've talked about it on this channel before, that beyond 100,000 a year, you know, you're no happier than you would be. So somebody that makes 100,000 a year is about as happy as somebody that makes $1 million a year, basically. Because once your basic needs are met, you know, that's kind of the sweet spot where you can actually enjoy your life and be more enriched and just be more you. And so what I'm saying is that well, anyways, there is a place for wealth and abundance, and you're going to have that, okay? But we want to get another card here just to see, you know, which way the wind is blowing. And if this is vibrating, if this message is resonating, please hit that like button and subscribe. And we'll get you another card. Now, I do feel like I said before that this energy is softened with the Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups is a card of emotion. It's a card of new emotion. So this is likely a new person that's coming in, or a very new cycle within the relationship. And so in that sense, it's a good thing. Because It is a card of refreshment, renewal. And again, I do feel like a lot of you, this person is brand new, because we've got the Magician, which is number 1, and then the Page of Cups. Pages are kind of like number 1. Like they're the first card in the court suit. So that to me is like a number 1. So it feels very new, this energy. So this could be somebody that you have not been involved with in a very long time, if at all. You know, this is a very very new energy. But I do like that the Page of Cups is here, because it does show, you know, a certain level of sweetness and romance, and at the very least, it's like it's an adventure, right? It also speaks of a child or children involved in this connection, if that's something that you want. Even if it's not, it looks like for some that is going to happen in some way. So others of you, it is mostly just about, you know, the adventure of being like a child again with someone. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially if you haven't had money before, or this level of money or material comfort. It is a big relief to experience that. And I speak from experience, and it is a lot of fun to be in the money, okay? To be in the money when you're in it. It's because, like I said, you can be more you. Now, hopefully that's a good thing, because I'm hearing the quote from some movie somewhere that I don't recall. Money allows people to be the real money allows people to be the real assholes that they truly are, something like that. And it's a cynical kind of take on it, but it doesn't have to be that. It allows you to be the real sweetheart. You know, Page of Cups is a sweetheart. It allows you to be the real sweetheart that you are as well, especially within a romantic relationship. This Page of Cups brings the romance. So I do feel like there is a side to this person, like I said before, that is idealistic, and the Page of Cups pretty much confirms that this person has a young soul, or they're young at heart, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, the young are usually swayed and attracted to, you know, the sparkly things in life. Not always, but often, and that's okay. I feel like the Page of Cups is kind of like seeing the world through the eyes of a child, which I feel like is helpful and enriching and pleasant thing to do. A lot of times we need to do that more, because it brings us back to our true selves, and it makes us appreciate life and have more of a sense of wonder about life. So I feel like there's going to be more opportunities to do that, because there's going to be more wealth and abundance to do it with. But there are going to be, you know, these times of tenderness, openness, giving, innocence within this relationship, within this romance. This does indicate a sincere and mutual loving relationship. And it's different than maybe what you're used to, or this person's used to. Like the world has turned down a path of like hook up and chill, but this is an energy of saying, you know, sweet nothings to one another, sending each other mushy text messages, having really long phone calls like you did when you were a teenager. Did you guys do this when you were a teenager? I did this when I was a teenager and when I was young, you know, the whole conversation at the end of the night where you're like, no, you hang up, that kind of thing, not wanting to let each other go, even if it's in person, not wanting to let each other go kind of thing. So this is really about just walking around with little clouds on your feet and having a spring in your step. But it's good stuff. It's genuine. It's not just seduction. So it's not just that. And I think that's important. Okay? I think that's important in light of what came out earlier. Now, for some of you, do you need to watch this magician more than the rest of you? Yeah, follow your instincts. You're shrewd. You're smart. You're coming across the Queen of Wands energy. She's nobody's fool. I think you'll be able to figure it out. You know, if this person is, you know, two-faced or something like that. But per my initial and intuitive reading of this card, I feel like you are divinely guided into this person's life and them into your life for learning lessons. And some of those lessons are about money and just having it and being in a grown-up relationship. I'm going to give you an outcome card before taking it over to the next group. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you might have been waiting on this kind of a relationship for a long time, years even. And with the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you could be really stressed out about it or have lost sleep at night over it. You could be doing that. Yeah, you could be doing that in the future as well, without going too much into that, because, you know, I'm wrapping this reading up. But I feel like it's more the first thing I said about with the Seven of Pentacles energy. It is a positive card overall, but it is a card of waiting and the frustration that comes with waiting. You know, she knows something good is happening. She's seeing the signs of it happening. She planted a seed long ago, and now she's seeing it grow, but it's not completely done growing. It's not completely what it's going to become, most likely, because when you're growing something outdoors, you know, there's always this chance that there could be like a hailstorm or something could happen that could ruin all your hard work, right? So there's this feeling of not knowing with the Seven of Pentacles. But so far, so good, right? Just based on this picture, you can see that, you know, she is tending to her flowers, and things are growing and moving along nicely. So if you think that they're not, just know that they are, okay? Things are moving. As long as it's taking, you are getting there. You might be frustrated. Maybe you need some advice about how to deal with that. But your efforts are reaping rewards, basically. So for some of you, it goes back to this all that glitters meaning. I think it was the protection meaning. That maybe something that you're thinking about pursuing or something that you're involved in, you know, isn't really what it seems, isn't as good as it seems, and that there is really something better for you. You're going to find that out in the course of growing this Seven of Pentacles, and in the course of, you know, weeding out the weeds and nurturing what needs to be nurtured within this future relationship. You're going to find out if this person is true gold or you know, fool's gold. And for most of you, this is the real deal. With this King of Pentacles keep wanting to come out. So King of Pentacles is a solid, loyal, loving, abundant partner. And this person will have these traits. Maybe not right away. Maybe there'll be a learning curve. But again, we've got 7 here, and I talked about 7 being a number of learning. So there's, you know, I mentioned that this money and these things, it's going to be like a package deal for you guys. It's something you're going to have together. But as with any package deal, there are other things in that package. Nothing's perfect, and neither will this be. But if this is someone, I think someone that you need to leave behind, I think you're going to know. Okay, if you've been really sinking a lot of effort into something and you're not getting, you know, a payoff for it, it's kind of that Chariot energy. Comes back to that Cancerian energy I mentioned earlier that I was picking up on. The Chariot is about learning when to exert more effort and when to let go, and that's always you know, a tough decision for anybody to really make when they're really invested in something, which the Seven of Pentacles talks about, a very strong investment in something of time, of effort, of desire. So I feel like those of you that if you know, you know. Okay, I get a lot of callers that, you know, they will call and I will have to tell them the hard truth of that it's better if they let something go. And they'll be like, yeah, I figured, I just wanted the validation. So if you're one of those, then nothing I'm saying, you know, should surprise you. And the rest of you, you know, I think you'll be able to figure it out. I have confidence in you. And for the majority of you, this is saying that there is commitment coming. Okay? So there will be a decision that needs to be made. But make sure that you're making, you know, the decision carefully, and go where the happiness is, okay? If something's not making you happy, you know, then it's probably not right for you. There needs to be a decision made. There needs to be a change. With decisions come changes. So make that change. And for you and for me and for the entire human race. Okay. That just came through. What is that? We Are the World. There's a documentary on Netflix. Haven't watched it yet, but I do remember that as I was a kid when that happened. But that came through. So bottom line, invest in what's going to pay off big for you. And if you are investing in something and you do see it growing and you feel like, you know, you're very close to achieving that, then keep going, okay? Persist, because overall, this is a positive reading. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Again, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to move on to the next queen. Queen of Cups. Welcome, Queen of Cups. And thanks for tuning into your reading. We're hitting up the wisdom of the Oracle deck, so go ahead and think about any questions or concerns that you might have regarding your love life or just life in general. And then it's going to be story time for a bit as I read from the book. If you don't want to listen to that, fast forward. But let's see what you're meant to know right now. What are my viewers who chose the Queen of Cups meant to know right now? I'm hearing use your intuition to make a beneficial change. Okay. We've got thinker and to be fair. So are some of you thinking about how to be fair in a situation? Are you thinking a lot about an injustice or how something isn't fair? Okay. Two cards here. Not my intention, but we're going to honor it. We've got number 44 and number 38. Those numbers could have significance. 44 reduces to 8 life path in numerology, or somebody was born on that day. We've also got 3 plus 8, which is 11, reduces to 2, so that could have significance as well. Let's get your book. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, the first thing that just came out to me is that some of you feel like something was or is unfair. Or you're thinking about how perhaps you were unfair. There's something about being unfair, or there being unfairness within your life, your connection, your love life. The thinker is talking about strategy, being analytical and logical. So this could be you or someone you're dealing with. I feel like for the majority, it's probably you. The Oracle's message is the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment, there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Nice. Relationship message. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your relationship or partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in fantasy. No matter what, in this case, facts are facts. Okay. Some of you are thinking about this and feeling like maybe that is unfair. Okay. There could be somebody that's approaching you through that way of being, and you could feel like maybe they're not being fair. Cups energy typically tends to be emotional and intuitive, and like I said a moment ago, use your intuition to make a beneficial change. That change could be talking about you being more logical and doing as the thinker card says, and to really accept that message. That if you guys have a lot of common ground, cool, go for it. But if it doesn't make logical sense, and if it's a bad fit, admit that. And if somebody tells you or shows you who they are, then face that. Okay, so and accept that. So this is where I think the rub is. It's like for some, you need to be more logical. For others of you, I'm never going to guide you against using your intuition. But your intuition is informed by your analytical mind. So what you focus on affects your intuition, but it also focuses what you focus on affects what you create in your life. So I think it's about finding that sweet spot between those two things. And in this case, though, it really is as simple as the thinker card said. Take things at face value. And to be fair, it did want to come out in reverse, but I'll honor the upright as well. Essential meanings, balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. Yeah, okay, this seems to apply. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike a balance. You move from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving to letting go to being again. Okay, so it's a process. Okay, life is a pendulum swinging between all these states. You will oscillate back and forth from doing and being. If you are not content where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. Okay? As far as relationships go, can you find a way to achieve fairness now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. Okay, so this is validating what was already said, but the protection message was coming through too, and that's injustice and inequity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice righted and fairly redressed. Okay, so this is talking about observing an injustice being corrected. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone else, or are called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. This card also indicates a good time to advocate for others who are less fortunate. Choose your cause and commit to it because you can make a difference. One thing is for certain, if fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. So I feel like someone in the situation is thinking about how to correct an injustice and are considering what role they should play or have played in that, and what correcting that might look like for them. Someone here is waiting for someone else to correct an injustice, but that person isn't worth waiting for, and that's where that first part of the message came in, that see this person for who they are. There are many fish in the sea, but by and large it feels like thinking about ways to be fair in love. Okay, so I do like that. Move these cards to the side and we will look at who the next person is coming in for our Queen of Cups people. Excuse me. All right, that's it. Who's the next person coming in for our Queen of Cups people? Two of Wands. Someone with Mars and Aries, perhaps. We've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. A beautiful woman, a mother figure. Or, since the majority who watch are females or feminine, here for a masculine, then it could be someone that is really in touch with their feminine side. It's also Libra and Taurus energy. Okay. So we've got Humphrey Bogart here. He's on top of the world. He's secure. But he's still looking out at the horizon. He's got the globe in front of him. It's almost as if he spun the globe and then just stopped it with the finger randomly and is thinking to himself, you know, wherever my finger lands, that's where I'll go, you know, kind of thing. This could be somebody that lives at a distance from you. But more so it feels like, you know, a fiery energy type person. And someone who is pretty stable, but they're going places. Like they're not fully successful yet. Okay? But it is someone that has the courage of their convictions. Someone with a good amount of ambition. But they could be in the planning stages of how to execute that. Okay? It might be a newer relationship or a round two in a relationship that you've already experienced. Okay? This person, it feels like they are experiencing or going after something new. So even if they've accomplished things in, for example, like one field of work, let's say, they are now onto something else, trying to expand is what I'm hearing, and accomplish something in another field. This is someone that if you're dealing with them already, or when you deal with them, they are going to be very excited about moving this relationship forward with you. This person is about progress in all areas of life, and including with you. This person could know you and be watching you from a distance while you're like focused elsewhere. Maybe you're focused on your feelings about something. Water sign individuals tend to get distracted pretty heavily by their feelings, regardless of what that looks like or what's stimulating those feelings. But this person, either way, is looking in your direction and is like focused on their future. And this person is going to feel like, you know, you're a true partner to them. They're going to feel like you guys can create something great together. I mean, we did get the big energy of the Empress, right? And that's divine feminine energy. That's divine counterpart energy. And that's, that's a big deal. So I see transformations and upheavals in your future. Maybe to get to this person, there needs to be an upheaval or transformation, but also just being with this person is going to be elevating, especially for my feminines out there. Because this is a very strong masculine energy. It's not fully developed, but for some, it is developed. They're just on to something new. They're just starting something new. They're just looking to their future to expand their horizons and planning on how to do that. They're planning how to approach you, okay? They're in a planning mood. They're ready to take action. This is somebody that really processes and considers the changes that they're about to make. And when I said before, use your intuition to make a beneficial change, I think that's what this person is doing. It feels like you're tuned into each other. You could be looking into your intuition, into your feelings on a change that you need to make, but you were guided to use more logic, whereas this person is used to using more logic, but they are actually tapping into their subconscious mind to use their intuition. They have the opposite lesson, and that is to use their intuition more when it comes to making important decisions and changes. And that's what this person is doing. This person's going to want to take care of you. They're going to want to take care of you. They're going to want to make sure that both of your needs are met. This is the kind of person that, cares about both of the people in the relationship, not just themselves. This person is thoughtful. This person is wise. This is just a very positive person. They're going to be commitment oriented pretty early on in the connection. And even if they don't talk about it, they're going to be planning for it. Like they've always got a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C for anything that they are interested in or going after, and which is going to be you. They're going to be interested in you, going after you. This is one that even if they're in the planning stages, they're going to take action on those plans. They just don't indefinitely plan something. They actually follow through. I'm hearing when they're ready, when they are ready, okay? Because they do want to build a solid foundation in the future with someone. And they feel like the two of you can grow together. And as long as they feel like that, they're going to go after you. And I do feel like you can grow together. And some of you will be growing a baby together, okay? Not all of you. It's a general reading. Just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. But I have to say it because I'm getting that message that some of you will be growing a baby together. That's something that this person could be already looking forward to. So if you are in a relationship with this person and you know who this person is, if that's the case, just know that this person does want to take things to the next level with you. They feel like things have been great so far, especially if, this is a newer relationship. But it could be even if you've been together for a while. This person feels like, though, for some of you, the communication needs to be improved. And that they are being patient in order to wait for and to help this communication improve between the two of you so that you can make sure that you're both meeting each other's needs like on a deeper level. This person is interested in things being, connected on a deeper level. I'm not getting a superficial energy from this person. And they want to communicate more so that you can deepen that connection. Yeah, it doesn't matter like when you meet this person or if you know them already. The Two of Wands is all about the future and seeing where you fit in their future, and it's all about belief. I'm hearing that song from the Lost Boys. I have a funny story about that, but I'm probably not going to get into it for time's sake. But that song, the saxophone player singing the song, I Still Believe. I'll march this road, I'll climb this hill on my knees if I have to, because I still believe, okay? So even if this person's been burned and loved before, they're a dreamer, and they make stuff happen. So it's not like they're just a hapless dreamer. They actually make stuff happen. and they haven't given up on love. And if they know you, they haven't given up on you. They still believe, okay, that there's potential for the two of you. And maybe you both need time to figure out, what that means. But especially if this is someone from the past, you will need to be patient. But it is possible to have a happy future with this person. And if this is somebody new or just someone that you're involved with, then yeah, I'm seeing commitment. Marriage is on the table, especially with that Empress energy. This person is going to be ready to talk to you about their plans for the future. They are going to want to approach things like methodically. If you're in contact, this is a really good time to have a conversation about these things with this person, to broach that topic. They will have things to say. They are open to your input, or in the future they're going to be open to your ideas and your input, because they do want to be in this together. Like I'm hearing, we're in this together kind of thing. There's this pleasant conspiratorial kind of vibe with this that I appreciate. The kind of vibe that somebody has when you're in it together, right? On the same team, in each other's corner, on the same side. That's the energy this person will bring to you in a relationship. So what will the dynamic be like for our Queen of Cups people and their Two of Wands person? And then I stopped at the Emperor on the back of the deck. Strong Aries energy, divine masculine energy, divine counterpart. This could be who you consider your twin flame or a strong soulmate. Divinely guided. A lot of different people watching, so a lot of different potentials getting in the mix here. But we want the strongest collective energy for everyone watching for their dynamic with this person. Wow. Okay. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Cups again. Okay. This person could be a Leo. Don't have to be. But the dynamic is going to be very loving. The feminine in the situation is going to absolutely adore this person. This person could be older than you or more mature than you. Or it just could be the difference between a very feminine energy and a very masculine energy will be very evident between the two of you. Because in My Mad Godfrey, he's older, he's wiser, but also he's just a man, okay? He's masculine. And she kind of epitomizes in some of the shadowy energies of the Queen of Cups, but also what's delightful about the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups behaves in a way that confuses other women, but absolutely charms and enchants, men. And, whoever this water sign energy is, male or female, you're going to be, it's likely you, and you're going to be really into this person. The Queen of Cups energy relationship is very, very loving. Very, very intoxicating is what I'm hearing as well. So it'll be important to keep one foot on the ground, as it always is anyway, but in some cases it's even more important to kind of keep one foot planted on the ground because it can get so good in this that it would be easy to get really carried away. Because this is a very luscious energy. It'll go, you go to my head. I'm hearing, who is that? Louis Armstrong, You Go to My Head. It's a song that I heard, and it's been around for a long, long time, but I especially remember it from the movie Karina Karina. Fantastic movie. Absolutely love it. And that kind of goes with this a little bit in the sense of the astrology, because Ray Liotta is a fire sign. He's a Sagittarius. And Whoopi Goldberg is not a Cancer, but maybe somebody is a Cancer, since I said it. But I meant to say Scorpio. She's a Scorpio. So Sagittarius-Scorpio relationship. So that could resonate for some. But you go to my head. That's what this... You're going to go to each other's head. I feel like one of you or some of you may have resisted this in the past, or might still resist it in the future. I honestly don't feel like it will be your person. In the movie My Man Godfrey, he's resisting her. But I feel like for some, it's you resisting this person maybe a little bit. But how you're going to end up feeling is how she feels about him, which is just absolutely infatuated, absolutely in love, and totally committed to the relationship. And he comes around and is committed to her as well. Doesn't show it at first or for the longest time, but eventually does, as tends to be the case a lot of times in these kind of things. But this is a very sexy, romantic relationship. And the very few downsides. You always, the only downside would be, trying to stay grounded, because it could be a bit like a screwball comedy, which is what this movie is, and it's a romance. It's a very good movie. I like old movies, and I had a past life, and I recall it more and more. And my I was pretty much in my peak in the 30s. So anyway, that's when this movie's from. It's screwball comedy, romance, but also romantic. It was up for like 9 Academy Awards at the time. And it's one of my favorite movies, to be honest. It's my feel-good movie. Everybody's got to have some feel-good movies they can turn to that, help to keep them grounded and level. And that's what, this is going to be important for you to know, that you need a way to stay grounded and level within this relationship. Or you will, because it's going to be very exciting. This is your partner in crime. Like I said before, it's like you guys are in each other's corner. You have each other's back. Maybe you've never had it like this before, but you will with this person. Even if you have had it like this way before, you will not have had it to this extent with anyone. This is very unique and special. I feel like some of you, and when I was trying to pull the cards and I said that there was a lot of different types of people watching, or different energies coming through, and that's really you Queen of Cups people. Regardless of your sign, you do tend to be multifaceted, like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Rihanna, Pisces. Regardless, though, and I feel like a lot of you are very charming. So if you're a man watching, I guess I could tell you about the Queen of Cups, or masculine watching. This is somebody that is like the magic pixie dream girl, and she is, like I said before, intoxicating, but that's because she's delightful, she's creative, she's sensual, and she's playful. She's usually fine, or she's just got something alluring about her, especially in the eyes. When she is not in a good mood, she, can be moody. She can be like a child, petulant or pouty, self-absorbed or overly sensitive. This is reminding me of my childhood friend who I was thinking about recently. And I've mentioned my childhood friends on here a couple of times when it applies. So one day I might give you a chronology of the different signs that I have been very close with over my life, because I was thinking it's pretty varied. But this particular one is a Scorpio. And she's having trouble with her Aries husband. In fact, they're estranged, and hopefully that won't happen here. But maybe this is a cautionary tale, and being forewarned is forearmed. But I can understand why. I don't know the details, but my sense is, since I know her so well, that she has been a bit self-absorbed and a little crazy, a little overly sensitive, and petulant and pouty, because I've seen that in her. And she always would, say that he took such good care of her, basically waited on her a lot of the times, catered to her, and she was the spoiled wife and this and that. And I was very happy for her. I'm happy for anybody that is treated so well. But again, knowing her, she is an example of the shadow side of this Queen of Cups. So kind of keep that in check, okay? Just as general advice. But even if you are this way, it's the kind of, crazy, so to speak. That word is what's coming through that makes men nuts, but in a good way. And it just confuses other women, but you're still attractive either way, okay? And there's a lot of seduction in here, wittiness, witty banter, delight. It's very playful. It's a very light energy. It's just very romantic. It's about taking the next step. Like, this is about getting together, taking the next step, making a commitment. This person, this Two of Wands, I already said, they're after you, or they will be. They're going to pursue you. They might take a while in the planning stage, but they will eventually pursue you, and they'll do it methodically, and the result will be this grand romance. Okay? I hesitated because I wanted to clarify. It's a grand romance? Yes, it's a grand romance. So it's about taking the next step. It's like champagne is what I'm getting. This is, I like to be in control when I'm doing my readings so that it can be objective, but I'm having a hard time staying in control because of the effervescence is the word, like soda pop. That's what this relationship feels like. Bubbly. And that makes sense too with that Queen of, or the Empress that came out before. I've heard her described as as bubbly, like a bubbly person. So you could be bubbly, your person could be bubbly, or just the relationship is going to make you both feel giddy and good and bring that side out in you. And it's like pink glitter. But even if you are like emo or like a gothy person, or into like punk or something like that. By the way, I just posted in my Etsy shop, links down below, a really cool weirdcore punk rocker shirt that I'm pretty proud of, made by moi, designed by moi. So check it out if you haven't already. But that being said, like, many of you have different looks is my point. But the looks are not going to matter. Like, even if you are not this person's typical type, or vice versa, there's going to be a lot of emotion in this relationship, and you're going to be feeling this person, and they're going to be feeling you. And if you are the water sign energy, what you do is make people feel, and that's what you do best. And you are definitely rocking this person's world, and they are transfixed, is what I'm hearing, or they will be, and dedicated to you. Like, you're their next goal on the horizon. Okay, so let's get you an outcome card before taking to the next group. And if I didn't say so already, please hit that like button. It does support the channel and keep me coming back to do more readings. It also helps those who would be interested in a reading like this to find it. So that's helpful. What is the outcome card for a Queen of Cups or Two of Wands? The Queen of Cups twice. Interesting. One more time. Queen of Pentacles. So the outcome card is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So off the bat, for some, not all, you or your person will be moving away from an earth sign or earth dominant person or somebody with these traits. Okay. So that could be ongoing when you meet. Doesn't have to be, but I have to say that because for some that's going to be the case. I'm not seeing a third party situation, but I am seeing someone getting away from somebody else, either you or your person, for some of you. Okay. For the rest of you, especially for my masculines watching, this person is the one. Okay, regardless of gender, this person is the one. This is entirely possible, like 95 to 99% certainty that this person that is coming in, this next relationship that you're going to have, and this person who's coming in, this person is going to be the one. Whatever that means for you, okay? This energy in this relationship, as fun as it is and as effervescent and bubbly as it is, it, in the long run especially, has also the energy of being an island in a turbulent world. So like the eye of the storm, a safe place for you to rest your head. When you find yourself lying helpless in her arms, that's when you know you really love a woman. Okay? Bryan Adams, I think that's from Don Juan DeMarco. I don't know. A lot of my stuff comes through in pop culture references because, well, frankly, that's what I like. It's entertaining, and if Mama's happy, then everybody's happy, and Spirit knows that. And I feel like that's the case with this Queen of Pentacles. Making this person happy is very, very good for both of you, and vice versa. This person making you happy, for my feminines watching, is very, very good for this relationship, because regardless of who you are, there is a grounding effect that this relationship has. It's got this effervescent side, and then it's changes or changeable, and it becomes more of this grounded energy. Okay, so this is a very classy broad. This is a very classy person. Whoever is with this person, whoever has this relationship, is a very, very lucky person. Okay, we already know that the Queen of Cups is very nurturing, is a giver, but the Queen of Pentacles adds to that, like a cook and a homemaker as well. She is the business partner wife. Okay, so you could be going into business with this person. There could be some sort of work and money connection here. This person, and with this Queen of Pentacles energy and the Empress, that tells me that being well off is going to be important to this connection, because one or both of you will not do well in like a poverty type situation. So I'm not seeing that for you guys. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups being kept in the manner that she's accustomed to. We can wonder about, how that's going to play out when we see the Two of Wands and the Queen of Cups. There's a difference in terms of status potentially, because the Two of Wands is the beginning of the suit, saying that he's in the planning stages. He's got some stability, but he's also trying to expand. He's trying to grow something. He's trying to do more. And so then you've got the Queen who's like, I've already made it. I'm sitting pretty. I live a pretty cush life. Ideally, right, for those that resonate with that pure energy of the Queen of Cups. This is her energy. And so you could wonder, how do those two energies, Two of Wands, Queen of Cups, mixes, because regardless of your statuses as individuals, when you come together, there is going to be, it's going to be comfortable, okay? So, yeah, just like the Empress, a starving artist's life is not for her. So it's not going to be for either of you either. So if either of you are artists, you're going to make money doing it, or there's just going to be financial comfort here with that, okay? And a lot of goodness here. Somebody's a good cook. Some of you are foodies, and you're going to have that in common. I feel like whoever this is more of a foodie, but potentially you're both pretty big foodies, and that's going to be one of the pleasures that you take in each other, like with each other, okay? Going out to eat, cooking. I feel like cooking at home is going to be a thing, and you're going to like the way each other cooks, or that's going to be a thing here. They're going to like the way you cook, or you're going to like the way they cook. It's just a very kind and comfortable, relaxing relationship that I'm seeing here for the two of you with this person that's coming in. This is what I've got for you, Queen of Cups group. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. My foot's falling asleep. Excuse me. right, welcome my Queen of Swords people. Thank you for tuning into your reading. So Queen of Swords, you could be air sign energy, you don't have to be. We're going to start off with the wisdom of the Oracle. It's going to be story time for a little bit. If you don't want to hear me read, then go ahead and skip to the tarot portion of the reading. But this is going to be a message that you need to hear, so go ahead and focus on whatever is concerning you and or your love life, and we'll see what comes out for you. For our Queen of Swords people who are watching, please. What do they need to know right now? All right. We've got no place like home. All right, number 50. So the number 50 could have significance. The number 5, that could be in somebody's numbers and numerology. 5 is a number of change and stress, but also, growth. No place like home brings to mind the Wizard of Oz. So strong Gemini energy coming out, and I'm not sure, you could be away from home or someone else is away from home. For a very, very tiny portion of you, maybe 1 or 2, you are a widow or you have lost someone. Others of you could be away from home or missing someone, wishing they would come back. But we'll look into the book and see what this has to do with the reading and then go from there. So number 50. The essential meanings of this card: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Oh, okay. So home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals and that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. And that's good because the Queen of Swords does tend to have a lot of dignity and integrity. So you're doing well there. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. So if you're not feeling this way, this is what you can expect. For a relationship, that message is lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it's reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. Nice. Very nice. Okay, great. I'm liking this for you guys. Set this card to the side and pull some tarot cards. So who is going to be the next person that comes into your life, or who is the person in your life? This card says that you already have that you already feel at home with people around you and or your pets, like that you feel at home, that you're in a relationship. For those who are watching that are in a relationship, it's a lovely relationship, someone with whom you can be your authentic self. That is a rare and beautiful thing. I love to see that for you guys. But either way, let's get a card on it. So who is this person Queen of Swords is in or will be in a relationship with? Who is this homie is what I'm hearing. Somebody's got a sense of humor. Who is this person? Some of you are like, I don't know who this person is. This is the person that's coming in for you guys. We've got the Hanged One coming out of the deck. We've got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this could be somebody that you are married to, in a relationship with, living with, or this is someone with whom you will be living or in a committed relationship with. Either way, it looks like a past life soulmate. Perhaps somebody that you have known before. Or definitely somebody that you have a spiritual connection with. This person could be a Leo or a Pisces, or have that strong in their chart. Don't have to. But with the Hanged One energy representing this person that's coming in, this is somebody that is willing to make sacrifices for a relationship. But in order to do that, they often need plenty of time alone to think. Okay? This is somebody that it's through doing this that they are able to get insights about the relationship, about, you know, how best to treat you and how best to be your partner. This person is going to feel, well, we can't sugarcoat the fact that the Hanged One represents somebody that, you know, that will not be rushed, okay? They're going to do things when they're ready to do things. But, so in that sense, this, especially if it's like a twin flame or someone you've dealt with before, you could feel like, you know, the two of you are on different timelines. And if you felt that way, then more than likely, you know, you would be right about that. You haven't been on the right timeline or on the same timeline. Some of you haven't been on the right timeline. Somebody has anxiety that they need to get in check, or the reason you haven't aligned with this happy outcome is because that anxiety is not in check, or a tendency to overthink. That's for somebody, not all, but I had to say it because it's coming through. But either way, this is a very introspective person. And like I said before, an often sacrificing person. But sometimes what they sacrifice for might be for things that you don't understand or even recognize. Because there's a spiritual element that we can't ignore about the Hanged One. And in that way, it is more of a watery energy than Swords energy, which is more obviously of an airy energy. We're dealing with intuition and feelings versus like the higher mind and intellect. So there is this kind of important difference between you and this person. Like they are tapped into a higher purpose. You're spiritual probably. You're watching this. You're open to it. Swords energy can be you know, prone to downloads and have their own version of intuition and spirituality. I just feel like, and that'll be something that you guys have in common, but just expressed in different ways. You both see things through a unique perspective, is what I'm getting. And this person is not going to be any different. This person is going to be very thoughtful, very observant. I'm getting Pisces and Aquarius relationship here for some. But it's that vibe, you know, this person is frequently contemplating deeper meanings and truths. You know, I'm also getting like a Leo here. They can tend to be that way as well. Contemplating deeper truths. I mean, any sign can, but when I mention a sign, it's because that particular flavor, so to speak, is what's coming through. And it can help some to understand. And this person has, a, like I said, a unique point of view. It allows them to see beyond the surface appearance of things and see beyond conventional thinking. Whereas the Queen of Swords, she tends to be pretty clear-cut and dry about what she thinks and how she likes things done and how she sees things, and she's pretty pragmatic and practical and mature in her energy. There could be an age difference here, but either way, it's the energy. And so again, it's showing like the difference between your personalities here. This person, this Hanged Man, they could be someone that's kind of off on their own, or somebody that really kind of is measured in their speaking or measured in their thinking. Kind of a bit like I can be sometimes. So that's an example. If you've watched the channel or anything, then you might have picked up on that. This person is a bit unconventional, unorthodox. Okay, so they could have Sagittarius strong in their chart. They they have a meditative vibe about them. There's this, again, just this contemplative expression on their face, this look on their face that you'll notice, and it looks like they're thinking a lot. And they probably dressed a bit differently, like not like everybody else, which I feel like some of you will really appreciate. You could be the same way, or you always wished that you could be that free with the way that you express yourself, or with the way that you behave, or with the way that you think, and or the way that you dress. Or that could be something you have in common. So this person just has a very distinctive outlook on life, and their style is going to show that. Their posture is going to show that, and they are willing to stand out and apart from the crowd, and they are willing to view things from a different angle. Obviously, the Hanged One is upside down, so willing to see things from a different angle. Sometimes you just have to be turned upside down to see things from a different angle. Like if you're having a hard time stepping outside of your usual box and seeing things differently, sometimes you just got to strike a pose. Okay, a yoga pose, some of them could be into that. But either way, this is a very reflective person, and they will sacrifice, same hearing, for their art, but they will sacrifice for anything that they are particularly attracted to, attached to, interested in, which in this case will be you, because this is your next partner. So they're going to sacrifice for you. This person just has a very deep emotional well that makes them very empathetic. So they need to process that empathy and what they absorb by having alone time frequently and setting themselves apart from the crowd and even apart from you, which you may or may not like. It just depends on the type of relationship that you're into. But this is just a very introspective person, very profound in their insights. They have a deeper understanding of the emotional currents of whatever's happening around them. And that's, interesting at the very least. Very Piscean in their influence, regardless of their sign. Just very contemplative. They could have been a philosophy major or philosophy minor, or something to do with like religious studies, spirituality. I'm hearing clergy. That'd be interesting if that's the case. I don't know any clergymen personally, but you might. This person might be for some. But they are drawn to those type of deep thinker, deep thinking, reflective professions, and they are always after like a fresh perspective, which I feel like you're going to be able to give to them because you're highly intelligent. You've been through, more than your fair share in life, so that has given you experiences and perspectives that I think that this person is going to appreciate. And this person is just guided by, the deeper questions of life, and they like to share their insights. So I feel like whenever you have conversations with one another, they will be deeper conversations. You'll both be learning things from one another, feeding off of each other, and this person is going to teach you a lot. Okay, you might think that you've been through a lot, so you know a lot, and you've seen a lot, but this person is going to definitely teach you a lot, and you might not expect it based on their appearance or something. I think you're going to be surprised. Still waters run really deep with this person. And if you're a very busy person or a very practical person, this person's going to inspire you to, pause, reflect. They're going to encourage different ways of thinking about things. They're going to broaden your horizons in that way. They're going to make you more contemplative as well, which I think is good, because sometimes Queen of Swords can be too much in her head. I already talked about anxiety earlier, can suffer from anxiety or overthinking, and this person's going to help to, get you out of your head and into your senses, more. Okay, this person can help you slow down. They're gonna do things for you to help you to slow down. You know, practical things, make sacrifices for you by doing things for you to give you time to slow down and look within and just consider things from different points of view. So they're going to be very inspirational in that way, and they're going to really help you to see things through a more thoughtful and empathetic perspective. Okay. So let's see what the dynamic of the relationship is, and then we'll get the big message from Spirit and the future outcome here. If this is resonating, please hit the like button and subscribe. It does support the channel and helps others who can benefit from the reading to find it. I appreciate it. If you'd like a private reading, that's always the best way to look at your situation, and my contact information is down below. So what is the dynamic between our Queen of Swords people and the Hanged One? This is somebody that you're going to feel very at home with, but I feel like this isn't the type of person that maybe you had thought you would end up with, or something like that is coming through. But either way, it's good, because with that no place like home card, this person is going to feel like your counterpart, if not actually be your counterpart, your other half. We've got the Death card. Very transformative relationship. I feel like some of you, and then we've got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, more Piscean energy. This is Scorpio energy. So I feel like some of you are just used to winning, or triumphing, or coming out ahead, being a strong leader, and this relationship is very transformative. It's really going to be a completely new relationship and really change you in some profound ways, because we did see the number 5 earlier, and I talked about 5 being a number of change, and now we're seeing the Death, which is a card of transformation. So this is profound in its capacity to really change you. Okay, because some of you have been through so much that, because the Queen of Swords is the warrior queen, she's also the widow, and she's kind of the symbol for turning your pain into power. So in that sense, her energy can be very...
Can't change what it is, so we keep it light until it's time to get dark. And then we get pitch black.
Yeah, just very can't change what it is, so we keep it light until it's time to get dark, and then we get pitch black. You understand? So you've been through a ton. Whoever this Queen of Swords represents, because it could be vice versa or the other way around. It's a general reading, but I'm feeling like the viewer, you've been through some stuff, and you can be very tough. But with this person, it's like this person helps you to, I'm hearing transcend that, okay? Like put an end to kind of your masculine ways if you're feminine, and really get you in touch with your heart space. It's like, especially if you are a feminine. Air sign energy is a masculine energy regardless of gender or sex. So this person is coming across in a feminine energy regardless of gender or sex. And in this way, they're going to, put an end to certain aspects of you that are no longer serving you, or that their time is up, and extend their hand to you and bring you into a whole new world. Like Jasmine in Aladdin, just elevate you to new heights, if not physically in terms of travel, you know, at least in thought form and in terms of discussions and ideas. And that is what's really going to make you feel at home. It's providing for you the missing part of you, the yin to your yang, you know, and making you more whole and complete. Disclaimer, no one else completes you, but you complete yourself, and this person is going to help you do that. So it's just very hugely transformative energy that is going to exist here in this relationship. And what you're going to change for this person is you're going to help this person to just kind of take on more of your stern, intellectual, logical energy. So I'm hearing help them to grow up. Help them to still be the hanged one and take that energy, that emotional, intuitive energy, and transform it into and elevate it to more like an elevation to like the King of Cups energy, which is, you know, someone that is supportive, tolerant, empathetic, a leader. So this person's already those things, but you help them to be more of a leader. You help them to take on more of that swords, leadership, logical, firm, stern energy. Just a tad, just enough to really help them to embody like the true essence of who they are, just enough to make them even more of who they are and a better version of who they are. And they're going to, you know, help you to be a better version of who you are by softening you up and getting you more in touch with your feminine side. Because ideally, we would all have an equal balance of yin and yang energy within us, an equal balance of masculine and feminine energy within us. And that's what it's, you know, basically this spread is saying, that you two are going to do for each other. So some of you could be ending a relationship, you know, with somebody else, because you realize that, you know, it's not going to work in spite of the fact that, you know, you might really, really want it to. Okay. And to be completely honest, for some of you watching, that's what's going to happen here. Like, this person is coming in for, you know, like coming in for a reason and a season, but not maybe for a lifetime. Okay? They're coming in to teach you these valuable lessons that the death energy, you know, really, really, really does represent grand transformation and changing each other through each other in very important and profound ways. And even though the relationship is beautiful and in many ways makes you feel more authentically you, which was what the No Place Like Home card was all about anyway, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to, you know, last forever. Because there is this element of just, there's a destiny that requires a new beginning for one or both of you. And you can't have that new beginning if you stay where you presently are. If you stay in this relationship, you can't have a new beginning with someone else or somewhere else. And that needs to happen. Just like Dorothy is whisked away and taken to Oz. Well, if she never got whisked away in the first place, then she would have never gone to Oz. And she needed that. For some of you, the relationship is that. This whole relationship is you being whisked away to Oz and then experiencing there's no place like home, and realizing that, you know, what you had, what you wanted was in front of you, you know, the entire time. Like you already, it gave you a new appreciation for where you came from. But first she had to go through this long process. I think that this is a case of what's important is the journey, not the destination. And this person is going to be on your journey in a profound way. They're going to be your Tin Man, or in this case, probably like the Cowardly Lion or the Scarecrow. Not necessarily that this person is a Cowardly Lion or anything, but because they learn from you how to be stronger, and you learn from them about what it means to be softer, basically. And in that way, you really complement each other. But then the story goes on. And for some of you, that story is not going to go on together. And how do you know if that's going to be the case? Because when you meet this person, you'll know really deep down if it's a poor fit or not. And I already talked about how you guys respect each other and complement each other, but also there are profound differences to you as well, which you see that in spiritual relationships anyway. So it's not that unique, or, you know, it might not be the fairy tale ending that we want, but it's not that unique in the spiritual community to see these types of relationships that come together to really impact you profoundly and change you in profound, important ways, and to really be, lovely while it lasts. You know, sometimes it doesn't last forever, okay? So, I would say, be careful, to not try to minimize yourself or change yourself in ways that do not do not nourish you or improve you in any way. Like, don't try to make yourself smaller to fit into this person's life to force it to work out, because that's not going to work anyway. And that's the opposite of what this relationship's meant to do. It's to make you more authentically you. It's to make you bigger. It's to make you expand, to grow. So if you're not expanding and growing, then it's not right for you. And the thing is, don't, be too terribly sad if it doesn't work out, because, the Death card always promises a more interesting and better new beginning around the corner. And that's not just something that's said. It literally is what the Death card means. It's about letting go of the bad so that you can receive something better. And it promises new beginnings with just an all-around better situation and a new adventure. So will that be the case for all of you? We'll get your outcome card and see what it has to say. But for some of you, yeah, that's the case. And some of you really don't want it to end or won't want it to end. Others of you will just, accept it because you'll know that, I love this person, or they feel like home. I know that they feel the same, and we've grown together, and it's really been an impactful, big relationship that I've really enjoyed being in and have found a lot of value in. But yes, it is deep down a bad fit, and I deserve a good fit. So we're going to see. Yeah, this card fell on the floor. The Six of Swords. Speaking of Aladdin and Jasmine, a whole new world, exactly. What comes after the Death card? A whole new world. So hopefully if this person is the one you want to have a whole new world with, then they'll be the ones that you're moving forward with. You can always hold out hope for that. But, we'll see, whatever the outcome is. The bottom line with the Six of Swords is about progressive thinking in a new way, thinking in a better way, and also moving from what doesn't serve us to someplace that does, to our refuge. This is not the only person that will ever make you feel like you're at home, okay? But they are a taste, an appetizer of that. Ooh, I like that. So what's the outcome for the Queen of Swords? No, oh. Well, we've got the Devil card. Then we've got the Knight of Wands as well. This is speaking of a very sexual and sensual relationship. So that's really talking about that. But honestly, I think this gives us the answer about Yours is a very interesting and complex reading, Queen of Swords, which I would expect nothing less from you. And with that Devil energy, it is talking about something getting to the point where even though one or both of you really, really tries very, very hard to make it work, you just can't. It just becomes too hard. And that can be for wow. I have to be honest, you guys. Resist the temptation to be oppressive to anyone. Being the Queen of Swords, you are the battle queen or the battle king, depending on who's watching. And it would be easy to browbeat someone, especially the Hanged one. You have to resist that temptation. That might help you guys stay together. It might give you a healthier relationship, but as of present energies here, that doesn't appear to be the case. And I'm not saying it's all your fault. It's like, who's seducing who here? But it is something important to mention, so I have to mention that. This is a card of a difficult commitment, whether that be to you know, just any measure of unhealthy behaviors, you know, within the connection. So this just feels like a very sexy connection, like I already said. I think that's the main upside here, especially with that Knight of Wands that came out before. And it makes you face your fears, which is another lesson that I think that you are teaching one another. Makes you to embody the brave and the strong and the true about yourself. I think probably that will be more impactful for the Hanged one, maybe, than the Queen of Swords, who is used to, you know, being brave and strong and true, but maybe it's helping you to level up in that way as well. But other than that, it's a mixed bag of light and dark. Okay? It's about somebody being potentially, you know, oppressive, like I said before, or mistreating the other one. It's just, we're not going to get into everything that it can be, because I don't feel like that's helpful. But if, you know, if and when it comes to that, regardless of who's doing it, that's a huge, you know, red flag and sign that you don't want to do it anymore. It's just better to let it go and take care of yourself and immediately get away from that, because you can't fix it. You can't make it better. So even if it's just a codependent relationship or obsession, Nine of Swords would suggest perhaps overthinking at the very least about this. It's, you know, it's saying moderation is key, and probably that, you know, when this comes in, it's meant to be enjoyed for the good things I mentioned in the reading. Maybe listen to it back to catch some of those and really make the most of those and appreciate that while it lasts. But it's not meant to go on forever, and or it probably shouldn't anyway, based on this, you know, with the Death and the Devil. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. It's an interesting reading. I hope that was helpful. Being forewarned is forearmed. You guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and take care. All right, welcome, Queen of Pentacles. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and start off with the wisdom of the Oracle. So if you have any concerns about your love life or otherwise, go ahead and think about those. And we're going to ask Spirit what it is you need to know right now. What do our Queen of Pentacles people really need to know right now? We've got chop wood. Number 42 is trying to come out of the deck. We'll honor that. So somebody could be 42 years of age. The number 42 could have some sort of significance. It reduces to 6, which is a loving little number in numerology. It's the number of a parent or a caregiver, somebody that's caring. But either way, we're going to get into the book here. So if you don't want to hear me read, go ahead and fast forward to the tarot part of the reading. But we're going to go ahead and see what this has to say. I mean, off the cuff, I'm not surprised to see chop wood here. I associate wood and earth to be closely related. Queen of Pentacles is earthy energy. Also, it's a very practical energy, and it's about domesticity, domestic things, and we see a broom and a bucket, so like somebody is sweeping and mopping or chopping wood in this case. So those are practical details of life that we would see and associate with the Queen of Pentacles and her realm of being. So let's see what that has to do with you and whatever might be concerning you. So the essential meaning is being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. Okay? It's kind of like Seven of Pentacles energy. You have to prune your plant and prune your bush in order to... that sounded funny, but yeah. On the card, she's pruning... or he's pruning a bush or a plant, and that's necessary for it to be a healthy plant in order for it to grow and be all that it can be, and that's what this is talking about. Sometimes you just have to chop wood. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goals brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you ever closer to what you seek. Yeah, that's why you will have an epiphany in the shower or something like that. You know, once you take your mind off something, that's when you have these epiphanies, or that's when you solve the problem, or you get these ideas that lead you to solving a problem. So that's what this is talking about. For a relationship message, it says, nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do today. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. This is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just be present. Just be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. Okay. That's pretty sound, practical advice. It's the kind of advice that I would expect to come out for Earth signs or those who are drawn to this deck. This card. For those drawn to this card, that's pretty sound advice. And I like it. So let's see who is coming into your life. Could be somebody that's in your life already or somebody that's coming in for you guys. Who's coming into Queen of Pentacles group's life? Romantically speaking, who is coming into Queen of Pentacles life? Getting Libra energy for someone. Not a very nice one, though, so stay away from that one if that's the case for some of you. Maybe we'll see what else comes out. Who is coming into Queen of Pentacles group life? Who's coming in their life? I had a feeling too. And there's that air sign energy that I mentioned before. Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Then we've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. This is mainly Pisces and Aquarius energy. So that person could have one of those signs strong in their chart. Doesn't have to. But the King of Cups, it's hard to do better than the King of Cups. We've got water and earth. Those elements are already very compatible. And the Queen of Cups as a person is very charming, and just by and large, when he's in his, higher vibration, he is a true catch. He's a true catch. So, some of you could be dealing with someone like this, but they're not fully in their light energy yet. But them coming out here in the reading as a King of Cups says in the future they will be. So this could be somebody that is really developing and growing into this King of Cups energy if they're not in that energy already. Okay. For some of you, this could be somebody that wins you away from somebody else. For some, it might even be a younger man who wins you away from somebody else. Potentially a husband or a partner. Doesn't have to be. That's not going to be for everybody, but I'm going to say it because I'm getting that for someone. And others of you, this is quite simply the person that you're going to marry or be in a committed relationship with. This is a very good person to be in a romantic relationship with because he is emotionally intelligent. This is someone that is emotionally balanced, compassionate. They have just a very deep understanding of others. They're known sort of for their ability to maintain an emotional equilibrium, so be very even keeled. Even though still waters run deep, they have a good handle on it. And even in challenging situations, they often bring a sense of calm and reassurance to the situation. And I'm seeing this clip that I saw, I think, on Facebook, which is a funny clip, of this girl getting in an argument with some other girl on the street, and she's getting all loud and everything, and her boyfriend puts his arm around her and quickly puts a little piece of food in her mouth. And she starts eating it, and immediately her face gets calm and she calms down, and then he kind of steers her away, from the argument. And for some reason that resonates here. That's something the King of Cups would do for the Queen of Pentacles. That would be something that would work in that situation for some. So I just think it's funny. Food for thought, pun intended. But this person is very emotionally mature, and just they have a very big capacity to provide support and understanding, which obviously is great for any relationship, especially a romantic one. So this is probably a very calm, composed person. They carry themselves, with a lot of composure. They probably come across as very wise, very emotionally stable. Their appearances probably shows that they are strong and serene, but gentle and commanding. They just have a reassuring gaze about them. It really just kind of shows their depth of understanding. And this is a kind of person that, because they're like this and they show up like this, it makes you want to trust them. It makes you want to put, your confidence in them. So just think of everything, good about the King of Cups. That's who's coming into your life, Queen of Pentacles group. Is this somebody that is just, I'm hearing awesome. This person's awesome. Empathetic, emotionally intelligent. They just know how to manage. They know how to manage their feelings. If anything, I've seen people complain about King of Cups stoicism, as how they can seem like they don't care. They're really good at controlling their emotions, to where one might think that they don't care, when in reality, they care enormously. So that might be something to look out for. They're really good at reading people, reading their emotional cues, micro expressions, and then they are good then at providing support. So this is somebody that will slide up next to you and put their hand on the small of your back in like a social setting, or just reach over and put their hand on you when you're struggling with something that maybe you didn't even realize you were struggling with, but then there they are intuitively knowing that you need just a little touch to give you support, to help you out, and they're there. And that's what this person will do for you. So this person has become so emotionally mature and emotionally balanced because they've had to navigate their own complex like emotional landscape for their entire life. So you know how they say calm seas never made skilled sailors. Yeah, calm seas never made skilled sailors. This person is a skilled sailor because they've had to navigate their own emotional landscapes, and now they do it with ease and with grace. Getting some Scorpio energy here with this person as well. Very deep insights, very empathetic and insightful. Scorpios tend to be into the human psyche and understanding those kinds of things. Pisces tend to be empathetic and know how to connect with people on a deeper and profound level. So these are all things that you can expect from this new person coming in, or maybe you already know this person. But we'll pull a card to see the relationship dynamic in a moment. But this person could work in any field where the traits that I have described would be helpful, like counseling, psychology, or they just bring that quality to any profession that they're in, and they would be like valued for those qualities. I mean, that's where they would really shine. Any place where understanding the emotions of others can be used to help and heal others, that's where they would really shine, like doctors even. Yeah. I think what you're going to really like about this person is how well they make you feel understood. And they're going to be your emotional safe space, which is really good for Queen of Pentacles type energy, because Queen of Pentacles, or earth signs in general, are very reluctant to tap into their deeper feelings or to be vulnerable in that way. But with this person, they're going to draw that out of you, and you're going to feel safe to be that way. And they're going to be a good counselor for even you, to provide you with wise counsel and a deep sense of empathy when you need it. Maybe even when you don't, that's just who they are. To provide you with wise counsel and, deep sense of empathy. They're just a very comforting, reassuring presence. They just make people, especially those they love, especially you, feel very safe, and safe to express your emotions, safe to explore your emotions. This person is going to influence and encourage emotional growth and understanding in you. And I feel like this person is going to be more than just your partner, but a confidant, someone that you confide in, and an advisor to you. So all of those things are pretty wonderful. I'm liking it for you guys. What is the dynamic going to be between these two? Between our Queen of Pentacles and our King of Cups? It's Two of Pentacles. It's going to be busy. That's where that chopped wood card came in. There's a lot to do. Work-wise, home-wise, money-wise. Juggling responsibilities and the practical details of life. So if things seem like they've gotten boring, or at times they seem like, they're not as passionate as they once were, that you would like them to be. Remember the chop wood card. Sometimes, your relationships just have to go through a lull, and you can still be happy with just a gesture, holding hands, eye contact, doing little things for one another. And meanwhile, instead of waiting around or being upset about it, get busy and take care of business. And that is the energy between the two of you. It's the energy of taking care of business. So you could work together, or this is the energy of, just the practical details of life. Juggling your responsibilities. Who's going to pick up the kids, for example, or you pick them up on this day, I'll drop them off on this day. Who's cooking tonight? I cooked last night. Just, those kind of things. Money could be an issue for one or both of you at times. I don't really tend to lean that way, since the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups are both prosperous. So what it feels more like just everyday life stuff, okay? Things get a little bit stale, because when things tend to be really good or comfortable, or if it's a long-lasting relationship, which I sense it will be for most of you, there are times then when things can get a little stale, especially with that chop wood card coming out. So it's not bad at all, but it could come to a point where it feels very routine, very comfortable, and that's nice, but it's also a little bit risky, because variety is a spice of life. So even just trying something a little bit new together, like going to a new restaurant, or even playing a new game, or just having some sort of little adventure together, that's going to strengthen and deepen the bond between the two of you, and reignite a spark between the two of you, and keep it interesting, okay? So if and when you go through this energy, this period, this lull in the connection, try that and see, if you don't see your person through fresh eyes, and if they don't see you through fresh eyes. Okay? This is also this energy of, especially for those in a relationship with this person, that you might be at a crossroads now, where there's a choice that needs to be made soon, like moving in together or getting engaged. Those are just examples. It's not a big, huge decision, monumental maybe. It might be something smaller, a smaller decision, but it's still an important one, where it's saying that you're thinking about upping the ante in the relationship somehow. Okay. But whatever it is, it doesn't seem like a big deal. It seems like a lot of the focus in this relationship will be on the little things. And I'm hearing the little things mean so much. So even from the outside looking in, someone might say or observe the relationship as being kind of ordinary, maybe not grandly romantic or exciting or whatever they might want to compare it to. It's on its way there. It feels committed, and it feels comfortable, which is, that's not a bad thing. So let's get you an outcome card, what you need to know. And please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It does support the channel and help others to find the reading who might benefit from it as well. What is the outcome for our Queen of Pentacles and our King of Cups? Definitely getting love here in this connection. Even when things are so-called boring or uneventful, there's still an undercurrent of love that you both feel. Got the Five of Wands. Underneath that, we've got the Three of Cups. Okay, I am seeing like a conflict related to life, basically. That's what's coming through. So, a petty butting of heads. Too many cooks in the kitchen, so somebody needs to, be the sidekick or take a step back. Like, when it comes to who's the leader of the situation, then there might be butting of heads in that case. being forewarned is forearmed. It could be related to hearing family and friends. Yeah. Where there are just too many cooks in the kitchen. It's like, get out of the kitchen and let me work. Let me cook. You're distracting me, kind of thing. Maybe a little snippiness as it relates to something like that. Could be a sense of competition in or around this connection. It could be even like playful fighting. Like maybe you guys like to fight for funsies, or things just get too comfortable that in order to like stir things up, make it more exciting, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, then you could start a fight with this person, or they could start a fight with you, just like nitpick or something like that. And it could be rooted in a desire to stir things up, or even framed as being playful. And it could just be playful. Or it could be like tension that comes from just the busyness of life together. Somebody could here could be like, could really like to be right. But the question is, do you want to be right more than you want to be happy? I feel like, it might be your person as well, but some of you already know that it's you that I'm talking about, or you're going to be this way in the future. So just keep an eye on that and ask yourself that, do you want to be right more than you want to be happy? If you want, more closeness in a relationship, more intimacy, then the self-righteousness thing needs to go out the door. Like, you need to keep that in check, or they need to keep that in check, whoever I'm talking to, because that creates conflict in the connection. It could be, again, somebody on the outside, because I feel like the relationship itself is very good. No relationship is perfect, though, but it could, too, be somebody on the outside, or situations, or other people involved, outside interference on the connection that makes one feel pressured, one feel overwhelmed, or feeling like they need to win at any cost. Even if they think they're being playful, it's really exhausting for the other person to be that, like to endure that. So both people's feelings and desires need to matter equally. And if not, it's just one person picking on the other person, and it's not cool. So whoever that is, whether it's between the two of you or others like who affect the relationship, other people around the relationship, just people need to remember to not let their desire to be heard turn into a need to shut up their partner or to shut someone else up, basically. So it is kind of a tricky outcome. I have to be honest, it's changeable. It can result in being stuck in the battle of wills, and it's just a reminder that, in love, both people should win. So it just might be a single argument. I mean, if you're going to be in a relationship, you're probably going to have more arguments, but it seems like your guys, if you have an argument, it might be rooted in the desire, consciously or unconsciously, to kind of stir things up, because maybe things are moving too slow, being too comfortable, too boring. It's hard to imagine, if you're not in a relationship, or if you're in a bad relationship, that being too comfortable would be a reason to pick a fight. But sometimes people do strange things, and it feels like just doing it to get a need met. And if that's the case, just pay attention, and be observant, so that you can really understand what's going on here, and grow from it. Okay, that's what I've got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that was helpful. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.